Have you noticed that as everything around you seems to decline, one thing still grows? It is the power of your rulers. None of their plans and directives have solved your problems or made your life better. The only result has been their increased control over you at the cost of your freedom. Do you know why? You gave them the power.
Laura, the other apparent misstep of the president today has been a moment in that ceremony when he appears to check his watch for the time, which wouldn't be quite in keeping with the moment. Supporters, defenders of the president have said that that's a gift of his late son, Beau Biden, but that's actually been repeatedly found to be a false story. It came up originally during the inauguration, but it's proven to be a gift from clarification from the White House from the First Lady, Jill Biden.
Remembering our fallen heroes, 20-year-old Marine Corps Lance Corporal Riley McCollum was on his first deployment when he was killed in Kabul last week. Riley knew he wanted to be a Marine since he could walk, carrying around his rifle in his diapers. He got married earlier this year and leaves behind his wife, Gianna, who is pregnant and due to give birth to his first child in just 3 weeks. Here to honor Riley's memory is his dad, Jim, along with his sisters, Royce and Cheyenne. Guys, so sorry for what has happened. Appreciate you talking. American people care so much, especially about those who serve. And I want to talk first about Riley. What was he like, Royce? Start if you would, and then Cheyenne and Jim.
Riley was the funniest kid you ever met. He just had such a great sense of humor and was always cracking jokes and making everyone around him laugh. And he was just loved so much and made everyone else just love.
Yeah, he was the light in everybody's life when they needed it. He was a gold-hearted kid, and he very much put everybody else before himself. Even people he didn't know well, if they had a hard day, he was the one beside them and wanted to make things better.
Yeah, what they said, he had a heart of gold, good kid, always wanted to stand on the side of right. He wanted to do the right thing no matter what. He always was seeking justice for those that he thought weren't getting it. Yeah, good kid, proud of him.
Jim, where did the passion for the Marines come from?
I wanted to be a Marine, but medically I was disqualified, and it was just something we talked about as he grew up over the years, and then it just kind of evolved and developed, and he wanted to do something to make me proud. He didn't know how proud of him I was, and it just kind of it evolved from there. And on his 18th birthday, he joined, he enlisted, and to make me proud, and it was a passion that he had. He wanted to do something bigger than himself.
Wow, man, he grew up quick. Marriage, Gianna, child on the way. Cheyenne, what was his reaction when he heard about his deployment? Do you know?
He wasn't scared at all. I think he was ready. I don't want to say he was excited, but we knew it was coming, and when we got the official word, he actually was supposed to deploy in October, and then that was postponed and pushed to the April deployment when he actually left. So he had the time to prepare and get ready and spend the time with his wife, and I think he was ready to go. He knew what he was getting into, and that's what he signed in for, and he was ready to serve his country.
Wow. Royce, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Was getting deployed to Jordan originally, and so he was there and not in Afghanistan, so tension wasn't high. It was supposed to be a pretty easy deployment in Jordan, and yeah, it wasn't a super stressful message for any of us at that time.
When all the 13 came back and there's 18 struggling for their lives now in Germany, the whole world stopped and was transfixed, even though it was a weekend afternoon to watch. I couldn't imagine what it was like for you, Jim. Afterwards or before, I'm sorry for not knowing. I know you met with the president. What was that like?
I actually declined the meeting with the president. We went to a different room. When he came, we went to a separate room. I had no desire to meet with the president.
Why?
The way he has handled this, everything he's done, every step along the way has been absolutely backwards. And I don't understand the process of how they came to the decisions that they made. A high school kid could make better decisions than they've made in this. They have fumbled the ball every step of the way.
And go ahead, Royce, you did, right?
My sister Cheyenne did.
Royce and my dad chose to leave the room. I chose to stay with my brother's wife. She wanted the chance to look him in the eye and see if it was going to be a sincere conversation or apology. And I was able to stand about 15 seconds of his fake scripted apology, and I had to walk away.
I heard he talked about his son, and he talked about the service. What made you feel like it was fake?
He would not look us in the eye. There was not an ounce of sympathy looking at his face. It was he tapped her on the knee and said, "I know what you're going through. I lost my son."
It was more about his son. My son wasn't mentioned. It was his son and about him, and nothing to do with the 13.
He actually, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, he stayed with Riley's wife after I walked away for maybe a minute more. He talked to every other family for about 10 minutes, if not more, and we got maybe 3 tops.
How's Gianna doing, Jim?
The girl is so strong. She obviously she's heartbroken. She's confused. She's devastated. She's trying to process this. Again, I love that girl so much, and I could not be more proud of her and how she has handled this at such a young age. She is a rock. She is going to be a wonderful mother. She loved Riley so much. She's doing well. She's back at Camp Pendleton. We're going to give her some time, let her have the baby, let her get settled a little bit, and then we will have a celebration of life for Riley somewhere down the road. We miss her as soon as we had to leave her yesterday. There's a hole in our heart wanting to be with her. We're missing my son all over again by not being able to be with her. She's the piece that brings us all together now.
You guys got real close, real quick. Is there anything any of you need? Cheyenne, is there anything people watching right now? You got millions of people watching. The minute this happened, we don't think about numbers. We don't think about uniforms. We think about people and families. Anything, Royce, do you guys need that people at home could help you with?
The outpour of just love from complete strangers and the help that we've received from the community has been amazing. I couldn't have asked for more. I was blown away just by the number of people that have reached out, even just to say, we're so sorry for your loss, all the way to, your brother's the reason I didn't quit boot camp, and I'm so glad that I had the chance to meet him. So yeah, it's been amazing. The stories that we get from people that knew him, pictures and videos, that's just kind of keeping him alive and showing us parts of him that we hadn't seen before, and we love it.
Yeah, and Cheyenne, 122,000 people did get out. That has a lot to do with your brother. There's a GoFundMe page to support the education upbringing of Riley's future child. Visit foxandfriends.com right now to donate. Guys, can't thank you enough for sharing your story, because we need to know about him. We know more than just the name. We know about his future. We know the type of man he was and the type of dad he was going to be. And that kid is lucky to have a support system like you guys around. And please give our best to Gianna.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right.